Uh, in the past few years, the conversation coaching through the school corridor have changed in unmistakably ways. A decade ago, the anxiety felt familiar. Teacher worried about the attendance, examination pressure, and bullying and academic performance. And so, parent-teachers meeting revolve around the mark, homework, and the classroom behavior of adolescent. So the problems were not terrible, but they belongs to the non-vocabulary of growing up. And today, educator confront a different landscape. Students arrive in the classroom after the night lost to gaming, scroll through the social media with urgency, struggle to sustain the attention, experiment with wrappings and the display emotional volatility, and that is difficult to interpret. This concern cannot be solved by the stricter discipline, stern warning, and the confiscated phones or an occasional awareness lectures. They are not merely adolescent issue. They are the symptoms to the deeper social transformation. Children and adolescents no longer grow up under the influence of the family, school, and neighborhood alone. They inhabited an ecosystem in which the smartphone, peer authored social media, OTT platform, and the recommendation algorithm, artificial intelligence, and family environment. The child is shaped only by the one institutions at a time, and but by the fabrication between the many world. The boundary between the physical and digital life has blurred. School interaction continue to be on the messaging group long after the final bell, and friendship, identity, validation, aspirations, entertainment, and social comparison. Adolescence itself now stretch and across the screen, and what happened inside the classroom in open to visuals factors and the reside of happen outside the inside the phone. So the excessive gaming, for instance, is the rarely just entertainment. It can be disturb sleep and concentration, mood, and the emotional regulations and the academic engagement. Sleep deprivations then feedback into irritability, impulsiveness, and the poor resilience. Social media add its own pressures, endless comparison, and the curated perfection, influencer driven aspiration, beauty, idea, lifestyle, fantasy. The adolescent's mind is still under the constructions is being asked to handle adult scale stimulus and the pornography exposure introduce the another complex and assess no required the neither planning nor effort. Child may the encounter it accidentally through the peer, through the recommendation system, and designed to reward engagement rather than healthy development. School also report the concern about vaping, subsistent experimentations, and this behavior function as a marker of identity and belonging shaped by curiosity, peer acceptance, online influence, and the seductive idea that sometimes fashionable must able to be harmless. Beneath many visible behavior lie the quieter burdens and the emotional distress. So not every child is a distress, looks sad. Strains may appear as anger, aggressions, and the withdrawals, reduce motivation, defiance, or family conflict. What parents and the teacher often call the bad behavior may in fact be distress, speaking in the language and adolescents themselves not to be understands. Many parents assume that because the children spend most of their time at the home, they know their world, and but physically presence and emotional presence no longer at same. A teenager sitting beside the family may simultaneously inhabit several invisible digital and mental space, and parenting therefore can no longer mean and supervision alone. It must be mean and participation and conversation and sustained attention and the deliberate preservations of the connections. School increasingly act as a first and the respondents to the social changes, yet educational institutions were designed to teach the mathematics, language, and science not to absorb unadded and the consequence of technology, acceleration, changing family structure, and always connected culture. The classroom now mirrors society anxiety long before the policymaker or even parent fully recognize their effect on the young mind. So this demand and the proactive attention, not moral panic. These are not India-specific concern. Several countries have already recognized this reality, and the Nordic and Scandinavian education system increasingly integrated emotional well-beings and social emotional learning and digital citizenship, anti-bullying effort, and the outdoor activity and the parent-school collaboration into the routine schooling. The lesson is simple: adolescents do better when school and family work together rather than the retreat into the separate silos. India now need to similar societal response. First, the family must practice more active parenting, and this does not mean the surveillance, suspicion, or constant correction. It means the knowing the child beyond the mark and the meal and asking what they watch, whom they admire, and what frightens them and what excites them, where they feel they belong, and connecting is no